Let's just see what grade levels we've got. 6th, 7th, and 8th. Where's the 6th graders? Hello, 6th graders. Where's the 7th graders? Ooh, what a tight group. And let me guess. Okay, 8th graders?
Okay.
We're going to start off by having you guys educate us. You guys have been working since we saw you last, right? You've been working on your goals?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to tell us what you've been up to. Tell me the names of your different committees. How many do you have, first of all?
4.
4 committees. What is your committee called? Bathrooms and lockers?
We found a lot of things in there, like there were holes in the walls, and the locks don't always work. Yeah, and these were like black marks on the walls, and people were writing on them and disrespecting them.
Get a lot of information about the problems or the needs. Do you have ideas about ways to fix any of those problems?
Just help clean it, because then they wouldn't disrespect it, or then they wouldn't do it again, so they'd keep it clean.
Safety. Heard you guys have done a whole lot.
We did 2 fire drills, and we need to talk with Mrs. Slayton and review what we found out about that. That kids weren't taking them very seriously.
Can you think of anything that you might be able to plan to do next time that would help with that? Something that we could work on today is to try to think of the things that you saw that need a little more improvement, and maybe coming up with some creative ways instead of punishing people. Maybe how would you come up with some interesting and creative ways to help improve that? Let's do community service. Hop right up. Let's hear what you've been up to.
We started doing can drive.
We did it for 2 weeks.
We were collecting cans throughout the school, encouraging kids to bring in cans for the food pantry and town hall.
They worked hard for 2 weeks. They came up every morning. They made announcements about it. They got everybody psyched up. They reminded them before they left at night. They put up fantastic signs everywhere. They counted their cans every single day. And then they brought it over to the food pantry and they stocked the shelves.
That sounds like there was a lot of steps involved in that process. And that's a really good way of looking at these action plans, is you want to almost plan step by step what we do to get people excited about this, what we do to get them to be aware of what we're trying to accomplish. How do we kind of keep track and make sure we're reaching our goals and working our way towards success. So those are all the steps that you did that we want to be written up in each of your plans, really, before we're done today. And the last group, respect.
The first thing we started with was making a list of like why people don't respect each other and like the situations they get in. And we had trouble with that because our group wasn't respecting each other. So we had to work through our issues with that, and so that we could actually work on respect within the school. And then we thought of different things that we needed to respect, like we have to respect the school, like the actual building, like the playground and how clean it is. And then we have to work on communication and interpretation. And we thought we'd do like activities to get within the grades to get the kids closer together and the teachers, and so that we'll all respect each other and that'll be a better place.
Good beginning ideas there about maybe some activities that will bring people closer together, let them know each other better. Maybe having ways that you could have students actually involved in showing their respect for the building by taking turns, maybe cleaning or sprucing up the place a little bit, taking some pride in it. That's awesome. Very good job. All right. One of the things that we'll take the time to do right now is to go into our groups again. And so wherever you are, like right now, it sounds like you've already got a lot of information about the problems, and really spend some more time thinking through what are all the steps involved now in sort of tackling some of those problems. How do you connect with other teams? The one big thing that I guess I would ask all 4 teams to think about for this 1-hour block that we've got today is to think about how we can connect the teachers into some of the work of your committees. I think the more this is kind of like you kids working alongside your teachers, you're inviting your teachers to help you, asking your teachers about the things that you could do to maybe make respect happen in their classrooms, or help bridge the differences between the little kids and the big kids, maybe having your teams work with the younger kids and the students and maybe the teachers of the younger students. So figuring out how we connect this stuff with the teachers is going to be a big challenge, but they have goals that are pretty similar to yours, and I'm going to ask them to do the same thing, is to do planning around their goals, and then think about how are they going to reach down and help, ask you guys to help them with their goals. So it would be nice if it went in both directions, okay? Rachel will give you action planning guides, and you can decide if you want to use just the regular sheets of paper that you're already using, or if these things are helpful. but it really gives you some specific things to write down on a sheet of paper to keep track of what you're doing.
So the more specific you are, the better outcome that you're going to have.
That's a totally different way of looking at respect. It's like finding out what people are good at, finding out what people love to do, and letting people do that together, and that changes the way they sort of think about each other. So that's just one suggestion of taking an existing program and using it as a respect activity that's a little bit different.
How are we going to get the teachers involved though? Like we said before, we need to talk to the faculty anyways.
Even before that, you can't just walk into a classroom and start talking. What do you have to do?
Set up dates with teachers.
I really want to hear the details of what you've come up with for some next steps. So everybody clear when I say we're talking about what are some next steps that your group can work on? Let's do it.
Things that we thought were the top things that we should try to change about the lockers.
I think looking for problems is a really good skill, like problem finding, and you've done a lot of, you've gone around, you've looked yourself, you've observed. But now I think you also want to say, how do we improve? How do we get better? Which is really different than saying what's wrong.
Our next step was going to talk to the teachers because we feel it's important to discuss with the students of how it's supposed, like how the codes are meant to protect us, not to pull off. Yeah, we're gonna go to each classroom.
Excellent. So you would go to each classroom, maybe make some presentations about the safety codes and get permission from the teachers to do that?
Yeah.
Very nice. Good leadership.
We need to figure out chaperones and the songs that are going to be picked and decorations. We need to get all the dance slips in and then set up before Friday.
Excellent. So you're really planning this big dance you're going to have tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And we thought of a cleanup day, and that's the first project we want to work on. And we want to call it like the Eagle Pride Cleanup Day or something. And it's like the last part of like the day, like after lunch, and when everyone's just like kind of not really wanting to work in like the middle of May. And so like everyone can go outside on like a nice Friday and all work together to like make the school a better place, and they'd have a lot of fun.
This is great. Thank you so much. Thank you, adults, for all of your help. Good work. The students that are going to stay for Skyping, we'll just chat with you guys for a second, but the rest of you guys, get out of here. So tonight, what do you know about tonight? What do you know that we're going to do? Hi, guys.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Talk a little bit about the last time we did this, what were you guys doing?
The last time we were Skyping to a big conference in Florida.
That's right.
And
so you're just telling them the kind of work that you're doing, and you're going to do the same thing right now, right?
Yep. Some concerns for our practicing our codes like code blue and fire drills and evacuation drills. And we raised an amount of 687 cans, and our goal was 550.
Say goodbye and thank you. Goodbye and thank you.
Bye.
You could decide at some point if these goals are indeed the goals that you as a new board would adopt, then we really have a good start there. We talked about indicators. Right. How would we know in the next few years that we're actually really getting there on these things? What does the community expect? What does the board expect? What would teachers expect? What would students expect to see in this? And that would give us some real measurable kinds of indicators to see that we're making our progress, and we could actually do an annual check or whatever to see if we're moving forward.
Shine bright to see what you truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can